What's up, y'all? It's the Dr. Investor, and today I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of hiring a property management company. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about real estate investing, personal finance, personal growth, and entrepreneurship. Before I get into the topic, make sure you subscribe to make sure you're not missing any of my fire content. Make sure you like this video so other individuals who may be interested in this video topic can find this video. So let me get into the topic. So I made this video on if you should hire a property management company or not, because a lot of people get into real estate because they believe it's a passive income. They want to be able to participate in the cash flow, the appreciation, as well as the debt pay down that a lot of real estate investors get the benefit from. But some of them may not understand that real estate is a business. So some individuals may want this to be completely passive, and in order to do this, they hire a property management company in order to run the day-to-day operations. So let me get into the pros of hiring a property management company. The first and foremost pro is that they handle the day-to-day operations. So when you are a buy and hold investor, which is when you buy a property and you have tenants in there and hold that property, you're dealing with tenants. So anytime you deal with people, there are complaints and day-to-day operations that you must handle. So if there's any tenant conflicts, the person managing the property has to deal with it. If there's tenant screenings, lease renewals or lease signing, or finding and screening tenants, typically whoever is managing the property has to deal with this. If you hire a property management company, they will be doing most of the heavy lifting. So if you do not have the time required in order to manage the business, it may be beneficial for you to hire a property management company. Another benefit to property management companies are these are businesses dedicated to make sure that they're able to run rental properties smoothly. So I'm sure a lot of individuals have been tenants before, and anytime there's a property involved, there's typically maintenance requests and questions that you have as a tenant that you would like your landlord to get back to you within a timely manner. When you hire a property management company, this is a machine that has dozens, if not hundreds of people working for them. So this increases the chance that they'll be able to get back to a tenant within a timely manner. And this may enhance tenant satisfaction. If your tenant is satisfied, your tenant is more likely to stay over a longer period of time. The pro to hiring a property management company is they deal with the tenants. Unfortunately, not our tenants are pleasant, and some of them are very difficult to deal with. And if you're self-managing the property, you have to deal with said tenant. But if you have a property management company, they filter you out of their equation, and they're dealing with the difficult tenant, and they're dealing with all that tenant's concerns and complaining or any chaos they're causing. Having a property management company leaves you out of those situations, which can be a bit uncomfortable when dealing with unpleasant tenants. Another pro to having a property management company is they will screen and place new tenants within your property. This is one of the most important parts because property management companies are machines. So they've screened thousands of tenants, so they're able to locate red flags that bad tenants may have and green flags that good tenants may have. And this eliminates this process of screening for tenants. So if you have a property management company, they will place the tenant within the property, do all the screening, and leave you out of it. So as a good property management company, they have a lot of experience of knowing what qualities good tenants have, and hopefully they're using this information in order to place a good tenant within your property. The last pro I'm going to get into is having a property management company allows you to be a passive real estate investor. As I mentioned before, there's a lot of benefits to real estate, and real estate is a business that does require time in order to be successful within it. And if you don't find yourself as being a good operator of businesses, or particularly a good operator of a real estate business, hiring a property management company allows you to focus more on the things that you're good at, which hopefully allows you to make more money so you can buy more real estate. So if you do plan on scaling up in the real estate business and you believe your competitive advantage is buying great properties under value and rehabbing them, you can just solely focus on this, and then the property management company can focus on all the day-to-days of your real estate business and place new tenants, do all the lease renewals and lease signings, and you just focus on finding new property. Or if you're most effective in scaling whatever business you're in that's non-real estate, you can focus your energy on that while still participating in real estate investing and experiencing the benefits and positives that comes with investing within real estate. So let me get into the drawbacks of property management companies. So property management companies are not all great. The first drawback or con that I'm going to get into is that it costs money in order for a property management company to manage your property. I can say you can expect to spend anywhere from 5 to 20% of your rental income in fees that you have to pay the property management company. As you can see, this may be not beneficial for some landlords because this is money that could have been involved in your cash flow, but instead you're dishing it out to a property management company in order to manage the property, and this may ruin your cash flow altogether. So it may not make sense based on the numbers for you to even hire a property management company, because it could mean that you're no longer cash flowing if you do decide to bring on a property management company. I personally rent out to Section 8 tenants. Property management companies typically charge their highest rates when dealing with Section 8 tenants because there's a lot of individuals you have to deal with when dealing with Section 8 tenants. You have to deal with their Section 8 counselor. You have to do inspections every year or every 2 years within the property. You got to make sure things are up to code. You got to make sure you know the forever evolving Section 8 guidelines. So it's more work for a property management company to rent out to Section 8 tenants. So they're typically going to charge their higher rates to individuals who are renting out to Section 8 tenants. Another drawback to hiring a property management company is there may not be alignment of interest with you as a property owner and the property management company. So as a owner of a property, you typically want tenants to stay as long as possible because turnover, which is when one tenant moves out and another one moves in, are typically the most expensive costs that you're going to incur as a landlord. Whereas it could be a financial bonus for a property management company if there is turnover. This is because typically property management companies have their own construction business that they deal with. So when that tenant moves out, they just hire their construction business to make the repairs and rehab the property. They also charge you a fee for screening and placing a new tenant. So it's not financially beneficial for you for a new tenant to move into your property, but it is financially benefit for that property management company when a new tenant is placed within the property. Another drawback to hiring a property management company is a lot of these companies are big operations, and you may just be one of thousands of properties that they are overseeing and managing. So they might not take the attention to detail and care that you would take if you were self-managing the property. So your tenant concerns, maintenance, lease renewals, tenant satisfaction may not be maximized as opposed to you self-managing it, and this is your property, so you're making sure everything is up to date, everything is done as soon as possible. So this is a problem you can run into if you have a property management company. As I mentioned before, anytime there's delays with anything within the property, this can lead to tenant dissatisfaction, and tenant dissatisfaction leads to tenants moving out of the property and finding somewhere else where they feel like they'll be more satisfied at. So if you plan on using a property management company, here are some things you should look into. It's important to ask that property management company what areas do they operate within. You want to make sure they operate within the area your property is in. This is because this way they'll be familiar with the area and they'll have boots on the ground within that area. They'll know the local jurisdiction associated with that area. So if anything should arise and you should go to landlord-tenant court, they already know what the rules and laws are within that area. It is also important you do a cost-benefit analysis to see if it even makes sense for you to have a property management company. As I mentioned before, they're taking anywhere from 5 to 20% of your rental income in order to manage this property. So you need to see if that makes sense for you as a landlord. Can you afford that? Are you able to cash flow with still giving away about 20% of your rental income to this property management company? There's not many great property management companies in my experience in talking to other real estate investors. So it's important you do your due diligence when looking for one, and looking for one that will be a good fit for you as a landlord. So that's a wrap for this video. If you know anyone that will like this video, make sure you are sharing this with them. Make sure you subscribe to my channel to make sure you're not missing any of my fire videos, and make sure you like this video because it allows other individuals who may be interested in this topic and in this video find this video. The Dr. Investor is out.